Well, is it all true? Let's join in our central London studio the French journalist Nabila Ramdani and Imke Henkel, the London correspondent for Germany's Focus magazine. Good afternoon to you both. Nabila, in France, we have this stereotypical image of the gorgeous French stylish woman, don't we? Is it true?
I think indeed French, there are of course, fat people in France as well, but in general terms, French women tend to remain slimmer than their British counterparts. And it's to do with a combination of, health and indeed cultural reasons. And it all starts with education, really, with the Ministry of Health actually regulates school meals at, the earliest opportunity from kindergarten to university level, where the government makes sure that you have in canteens balanced and healthy meals. And you also have educational weeks organized in schools on a regular basis to raise awareness about the health consequences of being overweight, but also to educate young people about taste and putting the emphasis on quality food rather than quantity. And you also have government regulations in other areas, for example, vending machines in schools, but also in stations, airports, and on the workplace are well known for being filled with fresh fruit and water as opposed to fizzy drinks or sugary snacks. So there's a whole array of government measures to try and raise awareness about being overweight.
Very interesting, Nabila. Imke, how do German women fare?
I'm afraid we are not so good as the French are, and I'm not sure we are far better than the British are. German women are not as fat as you can see from statistics, but I'm afraid we are following you very close up. So the famous, for example, German dinner made of bread, the supper, bread and cheese and sausage. That's certainly quite fattening. But I would very much agree with that. It has a lot to do with education. I think Germans tend to know more about eating vegetables, eating fruit, and having generally the idea what constitutes a healthy meal. Whereas if you go in Britain, a meal deal is still just a bag of crisps, a fizzy drink, and maybe an apple thrown in for the health part. But that, of course, even think of that being a meal is ridiculous.
Imke, how forceful, how involved is the government in ensuring people's healthy lifestyle?
There might be actually similarities between Britain and Germany. So in that way, that the government is not that much involved. Of course, there are encouragement to do sports, to live a healthy lifestyle, but in schools, it's not so much. For example, my son learned about healthy eating, and I think he learned more than we did in my times about healthy eating in schools. And it's not so much enforced with vending machines and similar stuff that you have in France.
Nabila, one of the pinpointers on this is being said that after women get pregnant, they don't necessarily lose the amount of weight. There's different encouragement in pregnancy now about how much you should and shouldn't put on, and after pregnancy, women keep on too much weight. But I gather in France, there's a very different approach to getting back to the old you after you've had a baby.
Very much so, and it's indeed part and parcel of, advice being given to women in hospitals, and there's also a follow-up of women after they delivered their baby, where they have to go through sessions, including physio sessions, and they are monitored by their GPs as well to lose that weight and get back in shape. It's very much seen as a health issue once again, so the healthcare system also this is it's of no extra cost for women as well. So it's taken on by the healthcare system, which provides for everyone.
Nabila, is there a stigma about being overweight in France?
It's very much so, and I think the French authorities also are fighting a cultural battle against what they see as the rampant Anglo-Saxon American consumer culture. and which they see it as, you know, a threat to French culture. So you wouldn't be offered, for example, when you go to a newsagent to buy a newspaper or a pen, you wouldn't be offered a cut price chocolate bar, for example, or there's no such thing as a buy one get one free culture. The sandwich at your desk culture is non-existent in France as well. French restaurants are filled, are full of people at lunchtime, where people enjoy a balanced meal with the right ingredients, and the government is also trying to fight against the increasing popularity of fast food restaurants. And they put the emphasis on, of course, young people love fast food, but the French government makes sure to regulate fast food restaurants, making them more family friendly, and with emphasis on healthy meals as well. You would be offered salads or healthy meals, even in fast food restaurants.
Very interesting. Nabila Ramdani, thank you very much. Imke Henkel, thank you both.